Today, of course, is a wonderful Wednesday, and I am celebrating this day because, quite frankly, I am free to think for myself. Now, you might say to yourself, well, gee, that's nothing. Everybody is free to think for themselves. But that's not necessarily true. Most people, almost all people, at least many of them, are born into a religious system or a political system, and they have been taught all their lives, they have been programmed all their lives that this is the only way to believe. So they buy into that dogma or doctrine, and they convince themselves that that is the only way to think. And that's the way it is. And because they're born into the system, they are made to believe that is the truth. Quite often it is not, of course. But here's the thing. They're not allowed to think otherwise. They're simply not allowed to do that. As a matter of fact, one religion that I know of, the price of apostasy is death. If you leave that religion, then that's right, that's the consequence. In other religions, of course, there are more subtle ways of convincing people. They're burnt at the stake. They are dunked in rivers and streams, and they are drowned. They're just other ways to convince the congregants that they better not think otherwise. That's just the way it is. And then they use words such as blasphemy. You're not allowed to read books that are not approved. You're not allowed to see movies that are not approved, because you're not allowed to think for yourself. So now you know why I believe that I am so lucky, I'm so fortunate, that I can and I do think for myself. Of course, it is all based on my own knowledge, my own experience, my own intuition, and wisdom gleaned from the wisdom of others. You see what I mean? It's a process. And I am then free to believe or not to believe, based on the facts presented. So, it's a wonderful Wednesday, and I am so grateful that I am free to think for myself.